Good morning all. So market was doing pretty well until we got these two figures overnight. Normally not major numbers, but certainly the market took offence to them. Consumer confidence crashing, the manufacturing index, the Richmond manufacturing index also crashing, which sent the market into a tailspin. So it was all looking pretty sweet. As we can see here on the hourly chart of the US bonds, it's looking good, to on track for looking at the rate hikes. And then in the US session, after those numbers, the market turned around, and that was the theme across most assets. We have stocks here rallying up to that number and then failing, and euro dollar was doing pretty well until that number, and then the US dollar took off. Even VIX was doing well, and then fear came in off those numbers. So the market turned around quite aggressively, which is giving us some opportunities today. So let's go and let's start here with the commodities. Oil prices still rallying. That energy market thing. Copper was doing well during the Asian session and the start of European session, but gave it all back and it's closed unchanged, thanks to that number out of the US. And gold a little bit weaker as well. Bonds are much cheaper now than stocks, and certainly give a better yield than stocks, and so we're seeing that flow into stock market. Here we've got VIX heading back up again, giving back all its or taking back all its losses from Friday, and the stock market certainly producing opportunities here. Take your pick: Nasdaq, Australia, US 500, FTSE, DAX. DAX is looking good actually. I like it when it comes off a resistance level like that. Aussie didn't quite get up to the resistance level, which was up here, but the DAX certainly has rolled off that resistance level, so that might be the one of choice. Taking Germany, there's Europeans are looking to start the defragmentation process, or the battle against the European breakup, and quantitative easing is also ending this at the same time. So US dollar, we talked about yesterday, seeing a strong buyer bar. We certainly got that. We've got a higher high and closing at the top, so there's that US dollar strength coming back into the market about where we wanted to see it, certainly off the 50 fib of this move. So it's pulled back 50% and it rallied off that. That's something that we look for. Didn't quite get into the zone that I wanted to buy, but that's fine. That's arbitrary, but we are seeing that bounce off the 50 and strong buying. So again, take your pick, but I would be looking for a weak currency such as the pound. There's news overnight. I saw that the Scottish are having a referendum next year to exit the United Kingdom. That'll be putting more pressure on the poor British. Aussie dollar not as weak as some of the others, such as the euro. If we look at Aussie pairs, I think it should have done all right. Euro Aussie, finished in the middle of the session, so not too weak against it. It's not doing too well against the Canadians. Doing okay against the yen. Not so good against the Swissy. Outstripping the Kiwis easily, and outdoing the pound. Not so good against the Sing. So a bit of a mixed bag for the Aussie, but looking at the majors, I think the pound is probably a go-to. Yen, well, I've already got, I took the CAD yen yesterday. Kiwi, a potential as it breaks through these levels here, and euro as well is another one. So we're just looking at the yen pairs. I'll show you the trade we got on. We took the CAD yen yesterday, looking to take it back up to these highs here. as the energy market takes off again. So that's the ones today. As I said, I'll be looking at these two, the euro and the pound, to take short and get long the US dollar again. Or you could just trade the dollar index if that's something if that's your preference, rather than a currency cross. So yeah, a bit of a surprise in the news overnight, and tonight we've got the talking heads of Europe and the US, so there could be some volatility out of that as well. So tread carefully, guys, and wish you all the best. Speak soon.